In 1988, a small New Jersey town is shaken by horror. A devoted mother murdered, satanic symbols scattered throughout her home, and her teenage son vanished without a trace. Was this a demonic ritual or a calculated act of evil? Horror master Eli Roth unravels the terrifying truth in Let the Devil In. Now streaming new episodes Sundays exclusively on MGM+.
It's back to school season and Clorox is donating 2 million disinfecting wipes to classrooms across America. Because back to school means things can get a little bit messy. Just ask second grade teacher Mr. Torres.
Put me and just one Clorox wipe on a team? We can take on crayon smudges, sticky fingerprints on every surface, sneezes on the door handle, juice box explosion by the sink, snack crumbs, and don't even get me started on the bathroom passes.
Clorox disinfecting wipes. Teacher's #1 wipe.
Think about it. Bathroom passes.
Clean feels good. Based on unit sales data.
He left the 14th of June, 1988.
Oh, wow.
We found the Jeep the 21st of July, 2025.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's
We
been
just
like
found it.
2-3 months.
Oh my God. Welcome to Connect with Jonathan Mark. We have a very interesting episode. And this episode is an unsolved case, kind of. It's like a missing person case, but it's 40 years old. Now, there's going to be a little bit of a language barrier. This person is from Montreal, Canada. So there'll be some French in there, and you're going to see a mother-daughter. Their names are Nathalie and Emilie. Now, this case is kind of crazy because a huge turning point literally happened a few months ago. So when you hear this episode, it's not so much of who did what, where is he. It's more so of what happened, just so they can get closure and answers and to give him a little bit of a reading to let them know like he really is okay. It's going to be a fantastic episode. I'm so excited for you guys to hear this. I'm just completely shocked that there's another old case, but I'm even more shocked about the fact, like I said, they had a huge turning point a few months ago. I can't wait for you to hear this. Sit back, relax, enjoy, and let's welcome Nathalie and Emilie. It's a guy, so I'm going to pull him in. So I'll start. I don't know if it's like a Richard Rob. Who's the R name?
Robert.
I'm going to tell you this, that I'm going to have to describe to you exactly what happened because he's showing to me like there needs to be a sequence of events of what happened. As far as like his passing is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Let me ask you this because he's pouring water himself. Was he found in a body of water?
Yes.
What else was found in a body of water? Because there's him and something else, not another person. What else was found in there? Because he's saying there was two different findings, I guess is the word I can use. I don't know if that's even the correct phrase to use, but there's two different findings. And he's saying they found something and found him or vice versa. There's two things that is coming through.
His Jeep.
I'm going to tell you this. If people are saying he took his own life, I don't necessarily see that. There's a whole thing leading up to it. So do you mind if I talk about that or is that?
No, it's okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keeps putting a tie on himself. And the reason why that he's doing that is because I don't know if he dealt with pretty expensive items. I don't know if he had expensive items. It's kind of like if someone set up for a robbery and a cover-up, right? Like, I don't know how to explain it to you. It's kind of like if someone knows that someone has items on him or if he had expensive things on him, whatever the case is, because he's showing to me that it looks very much like someone knew the path he was going. He's pointing at you. By you, I like one of you two, honestly. But he's saying he just left one of you two or spoke to one of you two right before he passed. Because he's saying to me that he's putting... I don't know if this is the right... because he's putting this job, I'm sure it's the same job, but do you know people that transport like very expensive items? Like for us, it's like if someone transports like jewelry or money from a bank or whatever, there's that's their job. They're the driver and they transport him from point A to point B, kind of. He's saying that someone, like, I don't know if it's a similar job, but it has to be, because he's only saying that someone knew that there's a couple things. A setup, like a complete setup, because what it seems like, business deal gone wrong or something, like it's kind of like a setup, right? But if a business deal goes wrong and someone knows him, it's like essentially a setup. Because what he's also showing to me about this is that it took a long time for people to even come up with the fact that it could be something other than him taking his own life. Because it does seem like a lot of people initially thought he took his own life.
Yes.
But he's saying it took a very long time for a vast, like a pretty big group of people to now be like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. Because what he's saying is that there was a lot of pushback about when someone was public about the fact that it wasn't that, like that wasn't him. And I can also definitely tell you this as well, that it does not appear from how I'm connecting to him that he would do that. Like that's not a personality trait. And he's not acknowledging it also. Most of the times when I, connect to people that unfortunately have taken their own lives, their first thing they show me is taking acknowledgement for their passing, like they're the ones who did it. That's not what he showed me at all. He's actually showing me the opposite of he keeps putting someone not literally walking behind him, but like knowing where he's going and knowing where things, like his movement is. What he's also showing to me too, because he keeps... Can I ask you a question? Because he's showing this to me.
Yes.
When they found him, can they not... Because what he's showing to me is that with all the technology today and everything that kind of happened, it's still hard for them to determine the type of passing that happened. Like they still can't determine it, or they're just not going to determine it. It's like one of the two. Because what he's saying to me, like with everything, we're in 2025, everyone has all this stuff. He's saying that he keeps going like this to me, saying like it's shocking to him that people still can't determine based on things like what exactly happened. And I will say this, a lot of times police will always, and I work with police a lot and stuff, so they will say suicide because it's just sometimes easier just to claim it as a suicide, from paperwork all the way up to everything. It's just like a little bit easier to do, especially when there's not enough evidence. Because what he's showing to me is that right now what they're claiming is suicide. Like they're claiming that because what he's showing to me is, like I said in the beginning about the like putting water all over him, it's like driving himself into the lake. What he is also stating to me, because he's pointing this out to me, it's not like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not like, you know how there's like struggle and stuff when someone's trying to get out, someone's whatever. Like what he's showing to me is like, there's lack of evidence in like every department, like with that too. Like as far as like, if there was a lack of struggle or there was a struggle or something. Because what he's saying to me there, that's also a big part of it, is that because he's putting his hands on the door and stuff, saying, just imagine if someone, I'm using this as an example because this is what he's showing to me, is hiding behind someone, strangles, like, knocks them out, drives it into the lake. They kind of are able to go, but there's no force of him trying to get out. It's kind of like as if he just drove straight into a lake, a river, whatever it is. Because what he's saying to me is like, again, like, he wasn't intoxicated. There was nothing. It wasn't like there was alcohol or drug influence or anything like that. Because what he's also showing to me too with a lot of this is that some findings must have happened over the summer, because he's saying that it's so recent about him and this case and just everything that there has to be more eyeballs put back on it, is what he keeps saying. It's kind of like if they found something, whether it was his Jeep or him, whatever it was recently, to them, it's like a win because they found something. But what he's saying is there's a whole other part that they need to start looking into. What he's also saying too, and he's being honest about this, is he's just being honest with me. So dealing with people that sometimes aren't fantastic people, like people that maybe aren't the most like upstanding citizens of society at times. Because he's saying is be careful with the company that you keep, is what he keeps repeating to me.
The company that you keep.
So like basically what that means is that it's kind of like, he's saying be careful with the people that you consider friends or the people that you associate yourself with, because if they're not good people and they know people that are not like good people. So like, for example, like criminals or people that have done stuff in the past that's not great. He's just saying to be like, he now realizes he had to be careful with the people that he associated himself with outside of family is what he's talking about. It's like outside you guys, outside the family, because he's saying that's a huge element.
Outside all the family? Like everybody?
No, he's saying you guys. So, yeah, I wanted to emphasize you guys with that. So, that's why I was emphasizing that.
I got a question though.
Yeah.
Because he was saying in 2025, we should be in best position to find what happened. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But his Jeep was under the water for 37 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. So
It's really hard to find something to say, you know, to change the answer, because
they all think it's a suicide.
Yeah.
So like we don't know what to check and what to verify to be sure that it was not a suicide.
Well, I think that's kind of what he was showing to me too, is like, I didn't know it was 37 years ago, but he was showing to me that like with like technology, like there should be a way to be able to backtrack, even if it was, now that I know, like 37 years ago, there should be a way to backtrack to see if it was a suicide or not a suicide. Because what he's saying to me is that, again, they're chalking it up as self-inflicted, but he's saying that that's couldn't be further from the truth is what he's saying. Like it couldn't be further from the truth that it was not self-inflicted. Now, if you're looking for things to try and turn it from a suicide to like a homicide or something, what he's saying is really kind of what we just spoke about before about the people in his family that were there. Because what he's also saying to me is that their stories are very inconsistent. The people that he considered very close to him, nothing is consistent and timelines are very different. And that's what he's saying, that's the first step. Because what he's also showing to me too is, do you know what taboo is? Like not to talk to, because he's saying that like, if you were to bring it up, it's like taboo, right? You can't bring it up. It's taboo. Yeah. And he's saying that you have to like not press them. That's not the right word. Or like go at them. What he's saying is it has to be spoken about because everyone's story and timeline is so inconsistent with what actually happened. Yeah. And what he's also saying too is he keeps smiling, saying like, if his job is to carry, I'm using this as an example, like money orders, diamonds, anything that has value to it, it's, I don't know. He's saying that the people that were the closest to him are the ones that need to be checked out again.
Okay.
Because what he's also saying too is that the investigation was as fast as of a snap of a finger. Like it didn't, it wasn't a fast investigation for them to even question anyone, really. It just seems like
they didn't do anything. The police for 37 years, they let me do the job for them. I hired the divers. They came, and 50 minutes after, they locate the truck.
Oh my God.
Okay? For 37 years, the police didn't do anything.
And now that they found him, they don't even question anyone.
Yeah.
Oh, like once they found him, they're like, it's that's what it is.
They're like, oh, it's a suicide. We're sure of it. But
yeah, because like that's not necessary. And again, I would be honest with you if I was like, listen, he's acknowledging the fact that he did that. He's not coming through showing that to me. And also, like I said, I know I'm seeing him for the first time, obviously, but his personality doesn't align to that at all from how he's coming through. No. He comes through very happy, very joyful, very funny, very close to you, like very, very close to you. And he's saying that his heart breaks mostly for you because you're the last one to either see him, talk to him, but also to keep his name very much like circulated and alive for a long
Oh
period
my
of
God.
time, because he's
Yes.
saying that that was like such an uphill battle for you, is just to keep the eyeballs and the intention or the attention like on him, really like on the case, really. And he's so happy that you're doing this, not just with me, just like in general speaking, because he's saying that, I'm not saying police are corrupt and stuff. That's not what I'm saying. But I think sometimes
No.
when it gets passed from, because he's saying it's been passed from detective to detective to detective, that things get lost in the sauce is what he keeps, or like lost in like.
They took my files twice to make copy of it because they lost it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's saying to me that it's being passed from person to person to person. And within that passing, things are getting, obviously when things get passed from person to person, things will get lost. That's just like,
Yeah.
I feel like very normal with stuff. But he's saying is that they weren't on like tip-top shape with it. They were not on like tip-top shape of like examining everything. Now, again, what he keeps going back to, the people that were the closest to him, not you, other people in his close circle.
This episode is brought to you by KPMG. Making an impact is how KPMG helps make the difference. KPMG applies advanced tools and strategic thinking to convert data into actionable knowledge and deliver value by improving performance through transformation, modernizing processes with technology, harnessing the power of data, navigating complex M&A transactions, and enhancing trust among stakeholders. Go to kpmg.us/advisory to learn more. KPMG. Make the difference.
Anyone can follow. It takes something special to be an original, which is why the 2025 Lincoln Navigator SUV arrives with new ways of surrounding you in luxury, including the ultra-wide 48-inch panoramic display and the multi-sensory Lincoln Rejuvenate experience. A true original never stops evolving. So meet the 2025 Navigator, the original that's all new and better than ever. Learn more at Lincoln.com. Lincoln and Navigator are trademarks of Ford or its affiliates.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
The thing that you said before about it was going with
For a deal?
expensive
Oh.
things.
He was bringing things, expensive things.
Is it fur that he's talking about?
Like jackets and like things like,
Yeah?
yeah,
Is it fur?
it looks like that. It just looks like very expensive.
It's his company.
Yeah, it just looks like very expensive things. Like it looks.
Yeah, okay.
And I was using jewelry and money for like people that know those armored trucks around us
Yeah.
that will go from point A to point B. Because he was saying, he's like joking, putting a tie on, he was showing me fancy clothes like fur coats and stuff like that. But he's saying that he was kind of going from point A to point B with something. Like that was what he was doing. And it's kind of like if someone knows that someone has, and I'm using this as an example, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 worth of stuff, people sometimes do like not great things.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what he was just showing to me, because he's saying to me, you guys are 100% on the right track, and to keep his name continuously circulating, because he's saying that it's very easy for it to go. You know, when people talk about cold cases, they talk about like how the files get shoved, like, because there's another homicide, then another homicide. He's just like telling me to tell you, continuously pull that file up and put it in front of people's faces, because he's saying that he deserves justice and you guys deserve answers. So he's saying that, he's saying his death caused also like huge separation within family is what he's showing to me. So he's saying that's also something that should be proof in the pudding. Like he's basically showing to me like once this had happened, once he went missing or whatever it was, he's saying that certain people backed away from certain people within the family, and that he's saying it was kind of timely of everything too. It was just a very weird, I guess, situation.
So it's for sure that he didn't commit suicide.
The way he's coming through doesn't look like that, no. Yeah, because he's saying that the media is, and I'm assuming media, what he's talking about is really the police and stuff are saying that it's just a little bit easier for them at times to do. And it's also, I guess what he was saying before too, about the fact that, I mean, you mentioned it happened almost 40 years ago. If they can't backtrack of kind of like what happened with his remains or anything, then they're just going to classify it as they found him and it's a suicide. They have his remains, it's his DNA, and it's a suicide. But they can't backtrack like an autopsy of like things that happened like leading up. Like if there was struggle, if there was a fight, if he was suffering. Like he's basically saying that because everything was lost in translation, because everything has taken so long, it's going to be fairly difficult to even move the needle with the police to change it from a self-inflicted, situation to a homicide. But he's saying the only way that it will happen if someone steps forward and said that they were there or something happened. And it seems like no one stepped forward. So he's saying the people that should have stepped forward obviously are living, they were kind of just like their day-to-day life never changed, essentially.
Okay.
So some people know things that they don't want to talk about.
I think some people know about the whereabouts of certain people that they don't want to talk about. Yeah. And I think that would lead to, obviously, like, to prove that it wasn't necessarily like self-inflicted.
Okay.
If you guys want to share who it is so people can look it up.
My dad was a furrer. He had a company with furs. He was working for 20 years, almost 20 years. We're 5 kids, 4 daughters and a son. And I spent the day with him before he left.
Oh, that's why he's saying he's saw.
Yeah. Before it disappeared.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, before that night. He left my house around 10:15, and he was supposed to be home 15 minutes after. And my mom called me at midnight asking me, can I speak with your dad? And I said, he's gone for a long time already. So she said, he's not there.
And now, when they found the Jeep, that was like shortly after, or was that also
37 years
almost?
After.
We just found the Jeep. He left the 14th of June, 1988.
Oh, wow.
We found the Jeep the 21st of July, 2025.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
We just found him.
2-3 months.
Oh my God.
I had his jaw. The diver came back with the first bones, and he had his mandible.
Yeah.
I said, put it in my hand. It was all black. So the only DNA we had, it's the teeth.
Yeah.
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 Just 2 left in the back.
They found only 2. It was thick after the jaw. Yeah.
Oh my God. And when they went down for the Jeep, did they see like, I'm sure it'd be tough to do, but any struggle within the Jeep? Because it didn't look like there was like...
No, because the car was on top of it.
It was a truck upside down. Yeah. And it was a pickup on top of him with full of concrete.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Rocks. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I just talked to the detective yesterday, and I told her, I said, the pickup, there's something wrong with the pickup.
I mean, the fact that it's right on top of it with like heavy material on it. Like
concrete.
So no one's going to find him if it's under it.
Was it in a very deep area?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
45 feet.
Because he's saying it was like, you couldn't swim and touch it unless you have like what you were saying, like scuba gear or like anything.
It's the only place in the river that is that deep. The rest is like you can walk.
And there's a street right in front of it where he was. And if it goes really fast, it jump. But supposedly that the way the pickup was all the way up in the front, they said that when he jumped like this, it scrapped the front of the truck because it's the same thing as going through a wall.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But it was upside down and there was a pickup on top of him.
Oh my God. I will say this. I'm happy that they found it, even if it's 37 years later, because at least you're able to know some extent of where he was.
Yeah.
Like that's like a huge thing. But now I think it's the why and what happened is also such a huge thing too.
Yeah. I was going like in my head, if he commit suicide, I had questions for him. But now the only thing I would like to know if before he went missing,
was he scared of someone?
Yeah. Was he afraid of somebody?
You ever seen movies like A Bad Business Deal or something? It's similar to that. It's like it's kind of like when you deal with like what we perceive as like the mafia, what you perceive as someone that is like super well connected. Because what he was showing to me is that yes, like there was a fear of someone, but the fear of someone was connected to someone who was like in his like inner circle of people, so like family. That's what I was trying to say is that like there was a lot of that, like is what he's saying. That's also why he keeps saying to me that the company you keep, like that phrase I said to you, it's kind of like the people who he surrounded himself with. There were some of his family that were good, some people that were bad. And then you mix the two together, and then sometimes you get afraid and paranoid because he showed me there was a form of paranoia with him with this. Like,
what?
Just basically, if someone knows that you're carrying a lot of material and expensive material, there's paranoia that kind of falls with that. And especially if some people aren't good people. And that's what he was showing to me. Not like paranoid in the sense that someone's going to come to his house and he's saying it's like a robbery, right? It's like when someone wants to rob you, that was the example I was trying to give you. It's like if someone had an armored truck and it's filled with money and jewelry, they're going to kill the person but rob them, right? Like that's what they want. Yes. And then they leave and they like, most of the times they don't clean up as well as this person did. Like this person clearly knew the point in the river, the point of where he was showing to me blind sides. Have you ever heard of a blind side? Because he keeps showing to me blind sides where this happened, there's blind sides. Not people can look and see at times unless you're literally physically right, like within like a 20-foot radius of this, like to actually see, because he's saying if you look forward, you don't see it. But then if you go down, you see it.
Yes.
And that's what he was showing to me is that like this was meticulously planned. Like this wasn't like someone who drove and then lost control and just so happened in the river.
There's something I don't understand though. Before he left, his company was closed because fur in Montreal, it's dead. It died, okay?
Yeah.
So he had no money. He had no incomes. The only thing he had, it's his truck and his house. That's it. He had nothing.
He had the fur though, right? Like, because he worked for that company.
And his own company was closed.
Yeah, but he had the physical items. Did he have like the physical? Because he's showing to me physical items.
He had no. We had no fur
anymore. No fur anymore.
No, that's why I'm trying to understand what happened. Is it possible that somebody offered him to do something to make money?
Well, that's what I was thinking too, because he's just saying it has to do with work. So if someone offered him to make money, I mean, a lot of this has to do with work and a lot of this has to do money related. It doesn't have to do with someone who has like vengeance on him for something. Like everything kind of circles back to money. So that's what he was showing to me. He said everything circles back to the money, not necessarily to like him having like this enemy that like wants him gone. It goes back to the fact of money. Like, and that's what he's saying. He's saying it's like as simple as money, because he's also saying the person that's close to him, again, you have to follow the people that were close to him. It's like came into money. It's kind of like when someone has life insurance and they get the life insurance, like they came into money. And that's what he's saying to me. It's like you have to follow the money.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I just want to say thank you guys for, coming on here and trusting me to do this. It means everything to me.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for coming on and trusting me to do this. I am just so thankful that you took the time out. I want to say thank you all so much for always listening. It means everything to me. And if you have a case that you want to hear about or that your family was affected by, please leave a 5-star rate and review on Apple Podcasts and leave in the comments. We are going through all of them. We actually have a very large list. But if there's something that you personally were affected by, please send me an email over at connectjonathanmark@gmail.com. And also, guys, please follow my Instagram. Please follow my Facebook, my TikTok, and it's all Jonathan Mark Medium. I'll see you next week.